Okay, so I made a new intro, and I don't know how to feel about it because the one that I currently have is pretty iconic, so I'm going to need you guys to help me choose which intro I do. Comment down below which one's better.
This video was formed from a live ostrich.
This video is going to be a long one. Grab a snack, grab a drink, set aside some time. We've got 2 albums to talk about this month. It is the end of the month, so I mean, if you read the title, you know what this video is. It's time to talk about all of the new music from this month. Well, not obviously all of it, but all of the music from the artists that I follow or artists in that kind of range. What am I trying to say? So first off, we got the new Stand Atlantic album. It's Fear, but it's also supposed to be Fuck Everything and Run. So I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, so I'm sticking with Fear. I have wanted to listen to Stand Atlantic for a while, but I've just never really gotten around to. And then they released this album that everyone was hyping up, and Cemetery Sun was touring with them, so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a listen. So the first time I listened to this album, I was like,
I don't know if I even want to talk about each song on the album because, like, I kind of expected to like this more. I didn't really think it was that amazing.
And after a couple more listens, I'm in love with this album. I will say though, I'm not going to include Stand Atlantic in like a new to me music May thing because all I've really listened to is Fear. I listened to their whole discography once over, and that's it. So Doomsday is the first song on the album, and I kind of got a minute in before I actually liked it at first. I love the pre-chorus part. Let's see if I can remember the words. I'm in the junkyard, me and my used parts. I'm building a new head, and maybe I'll drop dead like the spiders on my ceiling. That part, I love it. I love that part. My notes might be a little bit different from some of the stuff I actually have to say because my notes were just from like my first, second listen to this album, and I've listened to it a lot of times. Anyway, the only thing I really wrote down for the song was that I'm making something out of nothing is a very relatable lyric. And I mean, it still is, like, I still relate to that, but it's just, that's the only thing I wrote. The next song is Pity Party featuring Royal and the Serpent. And I'm not really a huge fan of Royal and the Serpent. I don't know, their music has never been kind of my thing. But god damn it, this song is so relatable. I relate to this song so much. Van Gogh. I have a love-hate relationship with this song because I love it, but it's so hard to sing. Those high notes are like almost out of my range. So it's like everything's cutthroat, daggers in a lifeboat. I can't, the notes are way too high. Dumb featuring Tom the Mailman had to grow on me. The first time I listened to it, I have a hard time listening to albums because I get a couple songs in and then I just kind of like zone out. And this is where it happened for me. So it's like, it just, when I was listening to it, I wasn't really absorbing the song and I just, you know, I zoned out. So it took a couple listens to grow on me, but I do like this song. I remember when Hair Out was released because everyone on Twitter was flipping out over the fact that Bonnie said MILF Atlantic. Anyway, I love the guitar in this song, and that's all I really wrote. Like the instrumentals are god tier, and I really like this song. Death Wish. Okay, first of all, I've heard of Nothing Nowhere before, but I've never heard of like any of his music or anything, and that is not what I expected him to sound like. There's a part in this song that I think is my favorite part of the whole album, and it's when it goes, "Watch my fucking head spin!" My voice is not great today, so probably my favorite part of the entire album. It's just, I love that. I will say, in my notes, I've been saying a lot, that Stand Atlantic is a chorus band. They can write a chorus, and I love the chorus of this song. There are a couple other songs that I didn't mention that I love the chorus, but they're a chorus band. They can nail a chorus. Nails from the Back kind of threw me off, because I feel like it's a little bit different from everything else on the album. And it kind of threw me off. I will say, like, if I had to split this album into my favorites and ones that I don't vibe as much with but I still like, Nails from the Back would be down here. So I felt like Bonnie sounded a little bit like Josh from Bad Flower when she sings the chorus in a lower octave. I don't know if I still believe that, but I wrote in my notes, really hoping this isn't another walk away moment, because when I listened to Walk Away by No Love for the Middle Child, I didn't know that American Teeth was featured on it, so I'm just like, wow, Andrew really sounds like Drew from the Chainsmokers in the first verse. And that's because it wasn't Andrew, it was American Teeth. So American Teeth is the one who sounds like Drew from the Chainsmokers. I don't listen to Blood Clot a lot. Another one that I feel like is really like different from the rest of the album, and it's not one that I really vibe with. Don't Talk to Me, it took me 2 listens to like this song, but I think that, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I think the chorus is fun. I mean, it's grown on me, honestly. I didn't like it at first, but it's one that really grew on me. I wrote about EXO that it was just kind of meh, but I definitely feel like this one also grew on me. I had a friend say that the second half of the album was a lot better than the first half, but honestly, I found that I liked the first half more, to be honest. Except for Cabin Fever. This is my favorite song off of the album. I wrote in my notes that the verses give me issues by Cemetery Sun Vibe, but I don't think that's correct. I think they're different. I don't know. I was just like, I feel like that's why I like this song so much, but no, I don't see it anymore. I don't know.
You can back down with your big man bit. I got a lot of dumb luck and some contract shit. Hold me down like they about us on my first book. Got lost on my mind, it's a young night, and moving on still doesn't feel right. Rain check, but thanks for the invite. I don't wanna waste my
I want to cover this song really bad, but first of all, the high notes in the chorus. But secondly, the bridge. They're screaming in the bridge, and I don't know if I can do that. Molotov, and then in brackets, okay. I noticed the Stan Atlantic uses brackets in their song titles instead of parentheses, and I think that's cool. This song goes hard. I think this might have been the first single off the album. I don't know. And it's a lot heavier than their other stuff. It goes hard. I mean, I didn't really write any notes for I wonder what kind of garlic bread they eat at Mensa because it's just an outro. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's just an outro. But I feel like I'd be attacked if I didn't include it. So it's there. So the next thing, the next release was May 11th, 5 Seconds of Summer, Me, Myself, and I. I love this song. I wouldn't consider myself a fan of 5 Seconds of Summer, but I do enjoy a lot of their music. I heard a couple snippets on Twitter and I'm like, you know what? I have nothing better to do. Let's give it a listen. I want to cover this song, and I probably will cover this song eventually. I'm trying to memorize it right now. It's just the outro that's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but it's so fun to sing. Did I listen to the new My Chemical Romance song? No, not at all. But do I want to acknowledge it? Absolutely. It's been how many years since they dropped a song? My entire Twitter timeline was in flames. Girlfriends is still kind of in the piss corner, but at the same time they announced a tour and it's only on the West Coast, so that's a win for my wallet, so they're a little bit less in the piss corner. They seem to be releasing 2 songs at a time, like every time they drop a single, it's always 2 songs. And I always grow, I think I mentioned this last time. This happened the last time Girlfriends released a couple singles. I ended up preferring one over the other, so I really don't have much to say about Toaster for a Swim because I really preferred High Again. But I'm gonna say it again, I always grow more attached to one song than the other, and it happened again. When it came to their song Therapist, I don't want to be like that person that's like, I miss the old Girlfriends, especially since like they just started making music like in 2020. But I just feel like the songs off of this album that they're about to release next month, they just don't have that same vibe that their self-titled album did. I don't want to be that person that's like, they need to make that kind of music again, because, dude, they can make whatever music they want, you know. I'm sure they're not going to completely change how they're making their music because Tiffany said so. But it's just, I haven't been vibing with it as much as music from their self-titled album. And even their single Tattoo, I don't think that's going to be on Emotion Sickness. But, like, even that has that same vibe, and it's like all of a sudden they just took a little bit of a turn with the vibes and the sound, and it's like, shocked me a little bit. So I thought Toaster for a Swim was definitely a title, but then they released I Thought About You While I Was Taking a Shower. This is the song that they teased when they announced the album, so I was really excited about that. So there are a couple of lyrics that give me the ick. It's like, I would read a book about you every single day if I had to. I would purposely get detention if you'd give me just a little attention. And it's like, I don't want to go to school. It's like, Travis Mills, you are a grown man. You do not go to school. Why are you writing lyrics like that? I don't know. It gives me the ick. And at first I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to cater to his audience. But at the same time, their audience is probably mostly grown adults because it's people who knew about Travis back when he was T. Mills. Okay, wait, what about... Okay, I'm gonna skip Kings of the New Age because that's what I put in my notes before, but I want to talk about the singles first because these were all released May 13th and I want to get the singles out of the way because they're just one song. So the next song in my notes is Funeral Ray by Waterparks, and I try not to like this band because their fan base is a little much sometimes, but their music is catchy. I wrote this note on the 9th, so before the song was out, but the lyrics I'd heard already from the song I wasn't vibing with. It was like,
I said that you could call me, beat me if you want my skin. She rolled her eyes, and then she said, I know your time wishes to be baptized in my spit.
and it's like, those lyrics are funky. I don't like those. I do not like those lyrics. But the melody, it's catchy. It's singable. You know, I thought about covering this song. It's like Austin's voice just like sticks to you. But the lyrics? I said, what's your favorite color? She pointed at her waist. Do these people know how to communicate like normal people? I also thought Black Bear was going to feature on this song because they talked about Black Bear featuring on a song. And I guess we thought it was this song because Austin's been teasing a song for I think a couple years now on Twitter with like the caption of a telephone. And we thought this was Telephone Song and we thought Black Bear was featuring on Telephone Song, but I guess not. So the last song out of all the releases, the last single is I Ain't Worried by One Republic. They released this for the new Top Gun movie, right? I think so. I just feel like all their new stuff sounds too similar and I might get attacked for this, but I don't know. I feel like I could sing their song Sunshine over the I Ain't Worried instrumental and it'd sound fine. I wonder if there's an instrumental I can try. I don't even know the words to Sunshine, but I'll try it. Running through the stage life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine. It kind of works. It kind of works. You can't tell me that it doesn't at least a little bit work. Okay, anyway, Kings of the New Age. I love this album. Probably pop punk album of the year. When I think of pop punk, I think of State Champs. Here to Stay, it was a little bold to start this album with the title of the album. Kings of the New Age. The wrong time, the right place. I didn't even think about this when I was recording, but this begs the question, did they name the album first or did they write that lyric first? Something to think about. But, I mean, it's State Champs. It works. Anyway, this is one of my favorites off the album. I really love the chorus, and that's really all I have to say about this song. I already talked about Eventually in my last New Music monthly video. My goal is to be able to sing the glitchy part good enough so I can cover this song. While the nights grow longer and the days roll by, but I can't keep hiding me. You know, like, I'm bad at like editing when it comes to that kind of thing, so I'd have to sing that. Everybody But You, I covered this song. The bridge had to grow on me. I thought it sounded obnoxious. I thought it didn't fit with the song at first, but now I really like it. Fun fact, when I was covering this song, I was gonna have a friend sing that part of the bridge, and we were getting so excited, and then all of a sudden, she bailed on me, which is fine. She was nervous. She hasn't really done any sort of voice reveal on the internet, and I wasn't gonna pressure her, so I was fine with it. I just was very nervous about singing the bridge because I didn't think I could pull it off, but some people who were my friends at the time, who are not my friends anymore, thought I pulled it off. So Out of My Head is the song that made me start listening to State Champs. My brother played it in the car one day on the way home from school, and I was like, hey, what song is this? And the rest is history. All you are is history. I'm sorry, I'll go home. I'm a little shocked I haven't covered this song yet, but the reason is because I'm pretty sure I have this song on my list of songs that I wanted to cover, but when I get too many songs on that list, it leads me to my burnout, and then I delete them all and start fresh. So I think that's why I haven't covered it yet. Fake It. The lyric, nobody knows we're empty, so we fake it, is such a lyric. Derek, are you okay? No, but the pre-chorus and like a little bit of the chorus reminds me of something. Like some band, some other song, but I don't know what it is, and it has frustrated me. I don't listen to Half Empty a lot, but I do feel like Chrissy and Derek's voices sound pretty good together. A lot of people were excited about this collab, so I was very intrigued. I've never listened to, it's Against the Current, right? That's the band that she's in. I've never listened to them, so I didn't really know what she sounded like, and I was intrigued. But I don't listen to this song a lot. It's just not something, it's just not a song that I vibe with. Just Sound is a bop, but it was also kind of painful to find out that it's about phone sex. But at the same time, what was Ride Tonight with Just Sound supposed to mean, you know? So I guess that's on me. This is such a really specific thing, but I really like the way that Derek pronounces without your touch. I don't know. I just like the way he pronounces touch in that part. I think it's cool. So before the album came out, I took a little bit of notes, and Act Like That features Mitchell Tenpenny, and I'm like,
Isn't Mitchell Tenpenny a country artist?
and it works. I didn't think it would work, but it works. I'll say the song itself isn't one of my favorites. Again, if I was splitting this album in half, it'd be on the half of songs that I kind of like, but I don't love. But it's still a good song. And the music video is really good too. I don't really have any opinions on Where Were You. It's just kind of meh to me, to be honest. Another one that I don't listen to a lot. Sundress. I'm gonna say I think this might be my favorite off the album. At first it was Here to Stay, but I think Sundress is my favorite off the album. I covered this song. Josh said the cover was awesome. Josh said that my tone and my pitch were sick. So on top of that, it adds meaning to me because my cover was good. To you with blue and yellow from the waist up. My school colors are blue and yellow. I'm graduating in a couple weeks. I'm definitely using that lyric as an Instagram caption. I wrote that one note in the verses. You'll know what I'm talking about, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's like you too, I fun. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but it's that one note. I forgot that there was a feature on this song until I got to the bridge. I will say one thing, if State Champs know anything, it's have a feature on the song and have the feature sing the bridge. I think all of the features on this album sing the bridge. Some minds don't change. I will say this chorus reminds me of a band that I don't listen to anymore, that I used to listen to for 5 years, and it really hurt. Watch you fall away, a fair accountability, giving you all that you wanted and more, but now it's all too late, we were on to something great. It's just, I only have one bad thing to say about this album, and it's the fact that it's so short. I want more. You know, like, there's so many bangers on this album. State Champs are the kings of pop punk. Move out of the way, Machine Gun Kelly. We don't want you here. It's State Champs. So there you go. Those are my opinions on all of the new music in my circle of interest that came out in May. I just want to remind you, I am in no way like a music journalist, music critique person. What's the word? There's a word for somebody who critiques music, and I don't think it's music journalist. These are just opinions, okay? These are just my silly little opinions. I'm just a kid who likes music, and I like to talk about it, okay? So if you don't agree with my opinions, I'm sorry. I guess that's all I can really say. But if you like this video, like it, comment down below. Maybe comment down below what your thoughts on some of the new music this month was. Also comment down below about my new intro. Do you like it? Should I switch back to the other one? Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, share with your friends, all that crazy, wacky, weird, amazing, fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I never know how to end these things.